Let's move on now. The diplomats are back at the table for Iran's nuclear talks. They want a deal for sure, but they are not willing to make concessions. And the Iranians want all sanctions lifted. The Americans say, we don't trust your intentions. The Europeans are in charge of calming nerves, and our next report tells you all about the showdown that is currently underway in Vienna. Take a look. This week, talks resumed to revive the Iran nuclear deal. But the United States was not on the table. The new government of Iran still doesn't want to talk directly to the United States. Iran is engaging with America through Europe. And European diplomats don't doubt the intentions of Iran.
I feel extremely positive about what I have seen today in the Joint Commission. There is clearly a will to engage.
But the Biden administration has expressed doubts that it still doesn't know if Iran is engaging in good faith.
I believe
this is the seventh round of talks. US President Joe Biden promised to return to the Iran deal almost a year into office. He hasn't had any success so far, and a breakthrough soon is unlikely.
I have to tell you, recent moves, recent rhetoric don't give us a lot of cause for optimism. But even though the hour is getting very late, it is not too late for Iran to reverse course.
Here is the reason why. The United States doubts Iran. Tehran could be taking steps towards enriching weapons-grade uranium. The International Atomic Energy Agency has been monitoring the situation. They detected some activity at the underground nuclear facility at Fordo and raised an alarm. Iran's rival, Israel, was quick to issue a warning to the West.
Israel is very worried about the readiness to remove the sanctions and to allow a flow of billions of dollars to Iran in exchange for unsatisfactory restrictions in the nuclear realm. This is the message that we are relaying in every manner, whether to the Americans or to the other countries negotiating with Iran.
Naftali Bennett wants the West to suspend talks with Iran immediately. The United States and its allies cannot ignore that message because Israel has a history of taking matters into its own hands. Iran's Natanz nuclear facility has been repeatedly attacked in recent years. Turns out, Israel's spy agency, Mossad, was behind it. Israeli sleuths pretended that they worked for international dissident groups. They recruited 10 Iranian scientists to smuggle explosives inside the nuclear plant. The bombs were planted in 2019. Mossad then carried out a series of explosions in 2020 and 2021. The risk of retaliation from Israel hasn't deterred Iran. Its scientists are still enriching uranium. Western diplomats have a small window of opportunity to revive the nuclear deal. If they go slow now, they risk igniting a new conflict in West Asia. Bureau Report, WION World is One. WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.